There were more than 20 mandates besides the Mandate for Palestine, which collectively formed basically all of the modern countries and borders in the Middle East. Class A mandates were legally viewed as temporary entities, and all Middle East mandates were Class A. So although it's usually understood that Israel wasn't declared a nation until 1948, the truth is that it was considered an independent Class A mandate from 1920 until 1948 under international law. As evidence of this, here is a page out of the Larousse French Dictionary in 1939. In its appendix, it records all of the then-current flags of the world in alphabetical order. Notice that the German flag pictured was the Nazi swastika, which demonstrates that this is pre-1945. As you zoom in, you'll see that there is a flag for Palestine. What does it look like? Are you surprised? But wasn't Palestine an Islamic, Arab, Turkish, Circassian sovereign state that the evil Jews took over in 1948? No. The British, as legal mandatory over the mandate, managed, or perhaps mismanaged, the state, partially with Jewish auxiliary, until Jews regained official sovereignty in 1948 by declaring their independence. The UN did not simply create Israel, as some people claim. Most people are aware of the fact that there are records of Palestinians in Palestine prior to Israel becoming an independent, internationally recognized nation. But many of these people fail to ask to whom that term was referring. Let's suppose it was the native indigenous Arab Muslim population that the Zionists kicked out when they colonized Israel. How can we find out? Well, one way would be to examine records and evidence from that period of time. When we do, we become aware that if, as an example, Palestinians were mentioned in an article in the international press, it typically referred to Jews the vast majority of the time. Before 1948, and really it's closer to pre-1967, when Palestinians were mentioned, it most often referred to Jews, not Arabs. Arabs would not have named themselves Palestinians, since Arabic doesn't contain the letter P in its alphabet. The very first time that these Arabs were ever called Palestinians was not until years after Israeli independence. Why is this significant? Well, as a result of anti-Semitic propaganda, many folks these days seem to be confused about Jewish rights to the territory. The Arabs who have so recently called themselves Palestinians are not, as many assume, an indigenous population who had been living there since time immemorial. They are not the natives whose territory was stolen or colonized by the Jews. This really is nothing more than an outright lie. From the beginning of known history to this day, Israel, Judea has the only still remaining united independent sovereign nation state that ever existed in the area which has come to be known as Palestine, west of the Jordan River.